Hey, peace, 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 and blessings, family. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Peace and blessings unto my Instagram family and the YouTube family. On yesterday, I had to rest my spirit. Okay, sometimes you have to take a break. And so I didn't go live on yesterday. I wanted to rest my mind. Okay, so I'm going live, of course, on today. And today's topic of discussion is going to be our inner world influences our outer world. Our inner world influences our outer world. And I'm going to be using various literature, okay, to teach from, okay, to do prayers from, okay. And today's prayer book will be Ahir Olofi's song. It's a Yoruba prayer book of Ifa, okay, a African spirituality from the people in Nigeria, the Yoruba people, okay. And Ahiro Lofi's song is a collection of Yoruba spiritual prayers for Agun, our ancestors, and Orisha, okay. And so this is the book here. Okay, you can find this book on Amazon too. Ahiro Lofi song. Okay, it's a very good reference to be able to find some positive prayers to start you on your spiritual journey for those of us who has transitioned from religiosity to spirituality. And the root word in spirituality is spirit. So spirituality, you're dealing with your psyche. Okay, you're dealing with your inner man. Okay, first of all, the person that you look at in the mirror is not who you really are. Okay, who you really are is your spirit being, your higher self. Okay, that is the most powerful part of you is your spirit. And even though we're spiritual and we're not in religion, what you will come to find as you study African spirituality is that walking in the spirit is still a part of life. Okay, this is a lifestyle. Okay, and we are about doing good. Any of us can use our energy to do wrong, okay, or to do the right thing, okay. Even though you may be a practitioner of doing right and living right, remember we all still have the ability to do wrong. So no matter how good you are, okay, we all still have the ability to still do wrong, and doing wrong or doing right is still a choice. Okay, no one can make you do wrong, no one can make you do right. Okay, it is a choice whether or not you are or aren't going to do something. Okay, so we have to be mature enough. And that's one thing about spirituality, it teaches you self accountability. All right, not pointing the finger at anyone else, not to say that the trauma that you have spiritually hasn't been imposed upon you by someone else. Okay, because I have experienced it in life. I don't know about you, where we have experienced verbal abuse, okay, physical abuse, all right, and when I was younger, being bullied, okay, and I had to fight. You understand, being called names because I'm dark skinned, and so I had to maintain self esteem, and again, that's dealing with the mind, right? So we live the way that we think. If you're a person that has been persuaded that you're not attractive, that you're not intelligent, it's going to reflect in not only what you say, it will also influence how you conduct yourself. Okay. Have any of you ever interacted with someone who has low self esteem? Okay. If you observe them, those of you who are discerning, okay, and if you're attentive, you can hear it, and also you can see it in their aura whenever they're dealing with something. You can see the lack of confidence because of the way that they think. So a person thinks in their heart about themselves, so are they to themselves, and so shall they conduct themselves. So it's imperative that we deprogram ourselves, getting rid of these negative things that has been spoken into our life, by countering that by us speaking positive things in our life. And this is the reason why it's important to rehearse affirmations, because again, okay, faith comes by hearing, okay? And this is the reason why we believe a lot of derogatory things about ourselves, because of the way that we have been indoctrinated, okay? What we have been taught about ourselves, right? So what we have to do is debunk those things, deprogram ourselves from those negative things, okay? Detoxify ourselves, because those are toxic mindsets that we have about ourselves, that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough, okay? That our culture isn't good enough for us, okay? Our names, our garments, okay? Our spirituality, okay? We have been brainwashed, okay, via colonization, to believe these things about ourselves. And in order for someone to get delivered from what has them incarcerated, they must first deal with the root of the problem. And as I aforesaid, we have to deal with what's going on mentally. Okay. And this is what a lot of people do not like to deal with, because it requires for you to do some self-reflection. It takes the attention off of others, and it requires for you to do some self-analysis, okay? And to get to know yourself, and to get to know why you think the way you think, okay, which influences your actions, okay, and your feelings. Why do I feel this way? Why do I think this way? Okay, why do I react this way? Why do I act this way? Okay? So we have to get on the inside of us and to start taking that spiritual scope, if you will, and look into the mirror of the truth, because truth gives you your reflection. Okay? Truth also is a mirror. It shows you not only others, but what a lot of us run away from is what it shows us about us. Okay? And it takes maturity for you to be able to accept the fact that I have a problem. If you have a cut and it is a very deep cut and you're losing a lot of blood, if you don't tend to it, eventually you can die. Okay? So what I'm saying is that we have internal issues that we have to get detoxified from, okay, that's causing us problems. And if we do not solve those issues, we'll continue to die a spiritual death, if you will. Okay. We have to evaluate ourselves and to deal with the root cause of our issues. Men have issues with women, women have issues with men. Okay. There's something that happened that caused that problem. Men have a lot of issues too. Some men have unfortunately been sexually abused, okay, assaulted, especially women, okay, men and women alike. Because one thing I noticed by listening to people that I hurt, that are of the opposite gender, is that I haven't heard not one of them utters an offense from the opposite sex that their same sex has experienced or done. So we have this pointing the finger issue going on, okay? And a lot of us are walking around bitter, all right, because of things that has occurred to us in our past and in our present. which is influencing our mindset, which again, we live the way we think, which in turn influences what we say, because before you speak, there's a thought, and what we do, because before you do something, there's a thought that influences your actions. Okay, just like my hands is moving, okay, the brain is sending signals to, okay, my extremities. Okay, it takes thought for that to happen, right? So just like your body doesn't move without a thought, you do not speak or do anything without thought. Some people say, well, I wasn't really thinking. No, you actually were. Subconsciously, you were thinking. Okay. And so if we want peace in the external world, then we have to have peace in the internal world first. Okay. Uh, we cannot heal the community if we're not healed. You can't be a healer until you've been healed. Okay, you can't bring deliverance until you've been delivered. You understand? And so this is what's happening. It's a lot of people who mean well, but unfortunately, they're not well to bring wellness to not only just the community, but to the world. Okay. And so we have to deal with our own personal issues before we start dealing with the issues of others and the masses. Okay. And so this is what we have to focus on. And in one of the prayers here, it says, as we come together in fellowship, I ask for the blessings of Olofi, Orisha, and Ogun to let them shower blessings of greatness so that we may be uplifted out of the shadows of darkness and into the warmth of goodness, for the sake of goodness and for the sake of our fellow beings. So peace on earth, goodwill towards men. This is the reason why I have to help some of you understand that just because you crossed over to spirituality does not mean, okay, that we don't believe in peace on earth and goodwill towards men. Okay, because our spirituality teaches us to, yes, spread love and peace and harmony. Okay, Iwa Pele, which is the title of the ministry. Okay, gentle character movement. Iwa Riri, okay, is good character. So even in spirituality, we still focus on having good and gentle character, not to be pushovers, but to operate in love. Okay. May the blessings be at the feet of our souls, and may the divine's graciousness, mercy, and love, okay, wrap around our destinies and allow us to be loved and in service to ourselves and our fellow brothers and sisters. Okay. May we have understanding, peace, and clarity. One of the 7 principles. I know a lot of people say of Kwanzaa, but the reality is not just limited to a festivity. Okay, these are principles, the Nguzo Saba's principles that we actually supposed to be living by every day, just not during the time of Kwanzaa, which is the first fruits, which is the harvest that we celebrate. Okay, at the end of the year, and it's not in a substitution of Christmas. Okay, it is something that was established for us to be able to come together in fellowship and to rejoice and to give thanks for our blessings throughout the year. Okay, and one of those principles is Imani, which is peace. Peace. Okay, Umoja is what? Unity. All right, peace and unity. All right. So even with the Nguzo Saba, okay, the 7 principles, we still learn unity and we learn peace. And we can't have that by attacking one another, calling each other names, okay, getting on here and insulting each other, and profanity and just degradation, okay, and attacking one another. You know what that means? That means that we still have to be healed, okay, and we still have to be delivered. And again, as I aforementioned, you cannot bring healing, you cannot bring deliverance until you first are healed and delivered. May we prosper in abundance of blessings. Let us honor the divine and the divine within ourselves. Let us honor the gifts that has been bestowed and nurtured within us. Just like we learned when we was in the ministry in the church. Okay, stir up the gifts. Okay, this is an actual spiritual prayer book for us. Okay, and we still must operate in the gifts and use those gifts to do good to our fellow man. Okay, and let us honor the sacred breath of life. We must give thanks and live our lives daily to do good and to serve and to go about doing good. All right, this is not just religious principles, okay? These are spiritual principles that we must live by, okay? So that is the end of our lesson on today, going and closing in the book of Ma'at. Okay, one of those principles is the 24th, and it says, I have not stopped my ears against the words of right and wrong, or you can say truth. I have not stopped my ears against the words of right and wrong. Okay, we must humble ourselves and be open to correction in our spirits. When we are in error, okay, we must humble ourselves and submit to my and do what's right, because we reap what we sow. Okay, you can't expect good to come out of doing bad. You can't expect right to come out of doing wrong. You reap what you sow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Hope you have a blessed rest of your week. Okay, for those who would like to join us in our private Facebook group, okay, on Instagram and or on YouTube, okay, you just go to EY Pele Movement as you see it on YouTube spelled, and as you see it spelled on Instagram, okay, except for in Instagram, there is no underscores on Facebook, okay, no underscores. It is a private group. You must be vetted to come in the group. You have to have a live chat with myself, okay, with the cameras on. Yes, with the cameras on. Okay, we're protecting the ministry. We want to make sure that it's legitimate people coming in the group, okay, to safeguard the group, okay, and to keep it protected. Okay. All right. So we're going to have these sessions whenever my schedule permit. Just look out for the live. Okay. And I'll be coming on. The time I'll be coming on is between 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. For Instagram and YouTube. And immediately following after, I'll say roughly around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time in the private Facebook group. I'll be going live in there as well. So the private group can get the lesson. Reason being for that is because the way Facebook tools work now, you cannot actually use like a streaming service to connect to your actual group with StreamYard. Okay, I don't know about the other streaming services, but with StreamYard, which I have, okay, you cannot go live in there through the streaming service anymore. Okay, so I do 2 separate sessions because of that reason. All right, so I'll see you guys. Those who want to come in the private Facebook group to get the lesson, you're more than welcome to come. Okay, and interact and respectfully and lovingly add to the dialogue. Okay, so we all can grow together. All right, peace and blessings to you all. May you all on YouTube and Instagram have a blessed rest of your day, and may your weekend be the same. Blessings. Peace.